All right, guys, welcome back to the Rolling Grill. Today we have baby back ribs. And actually, I got 3 slabs of baby back ribs. These 2 I'm actually going to be putting on the grill. We're going to grill those. But this one right here, we're going to fry. We're going to do some fried ribs. I'm going to use the Boston jerk season. Y'all know I love that. I got the adobo. That's going to be like my salt base. I got the garlic. Can't go wrong with the garlic. And then what we're going to do, you need a Ziploc bag. You need a knife, okay? All right, what you want to do first is you want to try to get the membrane off the ribs. Now, you can leave it on there if you want to. To me, on fried ribs, I like to take it off. I kind of feel like it make them a little tough when you leave it on there when you fry them. But go ahead and take that on off. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try to clean this rib up a little bit because, you know, baby backs have a lot of excess membrane and all that stuff on there. So throw that away, man, then flip them over and try to knock down just a little bit of that fat. Don't take it all off. We need a little bit of that fat because, again, fat is flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these up a little bit, take a little bit of fat off, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, moving on to step 2. Now we're going to cut our individual rib, cut them down to individual ribs. If you want to, you can season the whole thing, let it sit overnight whole, but I like to go ahead and get each individual rib seasoned up, and so that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to cut them down to ribs. Now, these right here are actually kind of thick, man. When you're in the store, kind of look and see if you can find them thin baby backs. They fry better, don't take as long. But these got nice meat on them. So anyway, that's what you're doing now. All you're going to do is cut these down, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, next step is the seasoning process. Use any seasonings that you like to use. Whatever your favorite seasonings is, just go crazy with them right here. Just stay away from any seasonings that's full of sugar, because of course the sugar is going to burn in the oil. And disregard this sugar that you see in this video. That is actually for the grilled baby back video that'll be coming next. So yeah, stay tuned. Y'all, and lastly, I just hit it with a little bit of paprika just to give it a little bit of color. And now we're going to put these in a Ziploc bag, put these in the refrigerator, and let these sit overnight. And then we'll come back the next day and get ready to fry them boys. So, yeah, boy, y'all stay tuned right here on the Rolling Grill, baby. Yeah, boy. All right, guys, welcome back to the Rolling Grill. It is another day. This is day 2 of frying ribs. So these are the marinated ribs that we seasoned up and put in the bag and put in the refrigerator last night. These are ready to go. They set overnight. They smell good. So we're going to go ahead and put these to the side. Let's go ahead and we're going to run the same thing. If you watch the fried Cornish hen video, you know I had a wet batter and a dry flour. That's the same principle that we're going to do right here. So we're going to start off with the wet batter. Real simple. It's probably about a cup and a half of flour. You don't even need that much, all right? Gonna go in with the water. Like I said last time, this is like a thin pancake batter. Hopefully y'all can see it. I'll show you. If you can't see it, I'll put it up to the camera and show you. It's like a thin pancake batter. Let's get some more water. All right. And this right here is nothing more than the glue. This will give you that nice crispy chicken. This will give you that nice crispy fried rib. All right, so hopefully you can see that. Kind of like a thin pancake batter. Now we're gonna go in with some seasonings. We already seasoned up the meat, so we ain't gonna go too heavy on the salt. We are gonna add some garlic powder. This is our main seasoning on the ribs, so we're gonna go back in with a little bit more of that. Okay, I'm gonna add a little zest to it. Instead of using lemon pepper, I like to use orange pepper. So I'm gonna add a little orange pepper to that. And then, of course, a little bit of color. If you have some Sazon, you can use that. I'm gonna use a little paprika. All right, and that's it. And that's too thick, so we're gonna keep thinning it out. And that's it. That's what we're looking for right there. A real thin pancake batter. Boom, you can taste it if you want to. Good and seasoned. All right, let's put this to the side. Now, in this bowl, this is gonna be our our dry. I'm just adding like 2 cups of flour. All right, we got a pan right here where we're gonna put the ribs. So basically it goes like this. I'm about to use my fingers. We're gonna drop these ribs in the wet with one hand. We're gonna work them in the wet with one hand. If you got gloves, put the gloves on, because you know the glove police gonna get you. All right. What I like to do, shake a little bit of it off, and then put them on here and let them sit for a little bit. Let all the excess run off, and then this wet batter will kind of like stick to the ribs. So let me go ahead and get these done. I'll show y'all what it look like when I finish. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, step 2. Instead of using a bowl, I'm just gonna use a bag. All right, now step 2 is our dry flour. Now, you know you put a lot of seasoning on your ribs. You put a lot of seasoning in the wet batter. If you want to, you can add a little more seasoning. I'm not really gonna do much. I'm gonna add a little garlic powder. You know, garlic powder go crazy with everything. And just a little bit of paprika for color. And that's it. I know I got these seasoned up, maybe a little bit of black pepper. But since we have these seasoned up real good, we ain't gonna go crazy. Because you know pork chops can get salty quick. And this is basically the handle of the pork chop. If you get bone-in pork chops, the baby back is on that pork chop. All right. So let's get a little tongue, and we're just gonna drop them in there. I'm gonna go like 2 at a time. It's just like frying chicken, yo. Zip that thing on up. Shake and bake, baby. All right. I ain't gonna bore y'all with doing all of them. I'm just gonna show you a few of them, and then we'll move along. And that's what you're looking at right there. Just like frying chicken. All right, let me do 2 more. The Ziploc bag just easier, cleaner. When you finish with the flour, just throw the bag away. You know what? Unfortunately, man, the best tools in the kitchen is really your hands. Just make sure they're clean, because them tongs ain't doing nothing. All right, shake and bake. And I use my other hand to take them out. And there we go. Nice and crusty. Nice and full of flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. I'll show you what it look like when we finish. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. All right, we ready to start frying. So I got the ribs floured up. I'm gonna let the moisture in the flour kind of tack up, give you a better crust. I'm gonna go ahead and remove them on out the way a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up. And yes, I will be using peanut oil today. When my Cornish hen video, boy, why you didn't use peanut oil? Why you using vegetable oil? Yo, vegetable oil does a hell of a job on some fried chicken and some fried fish. But for the oil police, guess what, y'all? We're using peanut oil today. All right, and I'm just gonna pour it all in there because I got a lot more frying to do later on this week. This is perfect for the Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl food. You want some? You don't have a smoker? You can't smoke no ribs or grill no ribs? Go ahead and get you some baby backs and you can fry them. We're gonna let this sit here and get hot. Probably gonna try to get our heat up to about 370, 375, and we'll start dropping them in the grease. Y'all stay tuned. Right on the rolling grill, baby. Yeah, boy. All right, y'all. I thought I was recording and I started dropping the ribs. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start dropping our ribs. We brought our heat up, our oil up to about 375. We're gonna start dropping these ribs in there and we're gonna let them cook for probably about 9 minutes or so. And I ain't gonna crowd them up too much. I'm gonna put about 5 of them in there. So we'll come back in about 9 minutes, see what they're looking like. If we need more cook time, we'll let it roll. All right, y'all. I let them go for about 12 minutes. I tested one out at about 10 minutes. These are big pork chop, big ribs. So, you know, the time is really gonna vary based off how big your ribs are. These are actually some very big baby back ribs. So these went right here for 12 minutes. We're gonna let these rest, get our second batch in. And I'll let y'all see what they look like. That's what we're looking at. Nice crust, nice color. Let's go on with the next batch. We ain't gonna crowd it up. Let's go in with about 5. All right, y'all stay tuned. Be right back. Y'all, while them ribs cooking, I had to go ahead and taste me one. Bustin'. Look at the color. Big boy. Bustin'. Stay tuned. All right, guys, and while this is still cooking, that's my last batch. I just want y'all to see them, man. Look at that. Nice and crispy, man. Grab yourself your favorite ranch or your favorite barbecue sauce. Let's just go in. Yes, sir. That's it right there. Soup bowl. This right here. So as always, man, I want to thank y'all for joining me at the Rolling Grill, man. Good food, good vibes. Catch y'all in the next video. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. This isn't the place to be. I am your homeboy Easy E. Getting ready to cook these ribs, you see.